Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of Nathan's 3D Factory. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to do a keychain. So, I've done this before, but a viewer had asked me to do an updated version in this Blender 4.2, so that's what I'm doing today. So, first of all, I'm going to get rid of this cube, and then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a plane. I want to size this to 40 millimeters on here. And then I'm going to add a mirror modifier. Control R. We get rid of these two vertices. X, V for vertices. And now I'm going to do mirror modifier. Then we can get some symmetry here. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to take all this stuff here, press A, S, Y. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking some of these vertices and just moving them around, right? So now, let's do that. I'm going to start out with N-gon. I'm just going to start like sketching these out. So that I get a good form that's going to look something like a bat, right? Here we go. And then once I've figured out the N-gons, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to turn those into quads. I like to have good even geometry for when I'm doing exports, okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing here. So a lot of this is going to be kind of muttering as I'm going through this stuff, but I promise there's going to be some methods to the madness here, right? Do this. All right. I'll do this maybe 3 times here. Okay, and then I'm going to add another little cut right here. So one of the best things that you can do is just kind of freehand this a little bit if you're doing something that's just, it's a form like this, right? So, and as you do like some of this freehand stuff, it's just really nice, really relaxing. Then add a few more loop cuts here. Actually, let's just take it all the way. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to lose track of your vertices. Like it looks like I just did there. Oh yes, and another thing you want to do as well is you want to make sure that you get the proportional editing turned on for this next piece. What's going to happen is that I pressed O to do proportional editing, G, and then you just get it to where it's going to give you kind of like that rounded out thing that you want to have there, you know? So, there you have it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add just kind of like a little rim around here. I'm going to use the knife cut tool. So there, start out there. I'm also going to get it joined up there. I'm just going to keep going around until I do the knife cut all the way. And just match up with vertices. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but this is what I'm finding is just kind of the easiest way to do things, right? Actually gonna shift B on that. Okay. Then I'm just gonna kind of add things in. Just join them up as I'm doing my work. And then I can add as I need. That way I don't have to be perfectly planned as I'm doing all this stuff, right? So, let's see, here we go. You just kind of keep adding as you go. Oops, hello. I really like the knife tool because what you get here is that you get kind of just a freehand type of way of doing things. And if you're doing something like this where you're going to have a little bit of sketchy going on with it, it just makes it really nice that you get to have just this workflow that's just refreshing. You don't have to be perfect. So as long as you have your general dimensions, you're just good to go. There we go. There we go. So now we have most of this done. Just a little bit more. A few more where I'm going to have all these turned into quads. Okay, there we go. And now we have loop cuts going across the entire mesh now. There we go. I want to add another one here, I think. Okay, there we go. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an eyelet. All right. I'm going to take this, turn off proportional editing. Oh, hello. Okay, and we're going to add this as a 2mm radius on this, okay? GY. Okay. We're going to put it up here. And then we're going to extrude out ES. Okay, there we go. Now I want to join those two pieces together. I found out what happens when you don't do that. That's not good. I ended up finding in a 3D print once that when you do those as kind of separate things put into one shape, it's totally lazy, and it ended up breaking on me. So, not to be too judgy, you know, but it's just something that happened on my stuff where I critique myself, and not good, you know? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna zoom into this. I put it onto local view because it was not quite doing what I was wanting it to. So you do that with the slash key. Now I'm actually going to delete out this whole area right here, and then I'm also going to get rid of these because they're not part of the mirror that we need. XV, and then that's just left behind. Okay. Also, I need to turn on clipping with this mirror. Now with these, I'm going to do a subdivide, and I'm going to turn on my snaps. So with the snaps, I'm going to go to edge on this. And then I want this to go all the way to Shift V for vertex slide. Okay. There we go. And then I can get rid of this vertex. And I can extrude one here. It goes and merges here. This guy. I can add another couple loop cuts just to make sure that everything's matching up with the quads. Okay. And then one more around here. Shift V. You can also do this to vertex, so I can change that to there. There we go. Now, get those two so that those are joined. Get rid of that. B. Okay. Subdivide. V. Distance. We're going to do that, and we're going to get rid of some doubles there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we can get these all joined up. Just getting there now. Okay. So now I just have a couple things that I have to do here, and then we have this all wrapped up, and we have an entire keychain. So now, see that we have like this right here where we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, do this last bit here. There's actually a fifth edge, you'll notice too. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5. So we have to do a couple merges. So I'm going to merge these two at first. Do the same there. And then we're just left with quads right there. So now I'm going to take this, fill there. There we go. So now we have this entire thing, and we can also add a subdivision surface. Then I'm going to put this at 2 for the levels there. And then I'm going to add a solidify. Now on the solidify, I want to add 2 as the number I'm going to use for thickening this up, okay? Now, if we're going to make this 3D printable, I also want this to sit on top of the bed. I'm going to go back into my global view here. But now you can see where everything's good except it's sitting below the bed, and I don't want that. So I changed the offset from -1 to 1. And then I have the simple bat keychain, which took a long time, I know, but we got through this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial making a bat keychain. And I hope that you like, you comment, and that you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let me know what you think of this video and what you'd like to see in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.